Iran News Now. Gains ground in Iran's presidential race for reformist candidate. The lead of reformist candidate Masoud Pezeshkian over hardliner Saeed Jalali in Iran's presidential runoff election increased to almost 2 million votes early on Saturday as the counting continued. Mr. Pezeshkian's lead over Mr. Jalali, a former hardline nuclear negotiator and heart surgeon, increased. Supporters of Mr. Pezeshkian flocked to the streets of Tehran and other towns well before sunrise to rejoice. With the Israel-Hamas conflict in the Gaza Strip, Iran's nuclear program in full swing, and an impending U.S. election that could jeopardize any prospect of a détente between Tehran and Washington all adding up, Iran finds itself in a precarious position, even if Mr. Pezeshkian wins. An election spokeswoman named Mohsen Islami reported that Mr. Pezeshkian received 11.1 million votes, which was more than Mr. Jalali's 9 million. As counting continued, he did not provide a total turnout figure, with the lowest turnout since the Islamic Revolution of 1979 in the first round of voting on June 28. The Islamic Republic saw its history. After years of sanctions hammering Iran's economy, enormous demonstrations, and intense crackdowns on all opposition, Iranian officials have traditionally pointed to participation as a proof of support for the country's Shiite theocracy. State media broadcast photos showing minor lineups at certain polling centers across the country, and government authorities, including Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, expected a greater participation percentage when voting began. Despite a robust security presence, a check of several dozen places in Tehran's capital city found little traffic, and online recordings appeared to show some polls as vacant. Amid heightened tensions in the region, the vote takes place. While Iran's proxies in the area, including Hezbollah in Lebanon and the Houthi rebels in Yemen, are battling and have intensified their attacks, Iran made its first direct attack on Israel in April in response to the Gaza war. As if that weren't enough, Iran is enriching uranium to levels close to weapons grade and has enough on hand to construct multiple nuclear warheads if it so desires. Whoever wins the presidency might steer Iran's foreign policy toward conflict or cooperation with the West, while Khamenei ultimately has the last say on all affairs of state. What would happen if former U.S. President Donald Trump, who pulled America from the Iran nuclear deal in 2018 unilaterally, won the election in November was another frequent theme during the campaign. Indirect discussions between Iran and the administration of President Joe Biden have taken place, but so yet, there has been no tangible return to the goal of limiting Tehran's nuclear program in exchange for the easing of economic sanctions. Among the 61 million Iranians who could cast ballots, almost 18 million were in the voting age bracket of 18 to 30. We extended the voting period till midnight to encourage more people to participate. The original deadline was 6 p.m. Before his tragic death in a May helicopter crash, President Ebrahim Raisi was considered a protege of Ayatollah Khamenei and a possible heir to the position of supreme leader.